Hello, everyone. Welcome back to No Man's Sky Synthesis Perma 2020. We're in the middle of Artemis and the Atlas. I have no idea which part this is. We got rudely interrupted by Apollo yesterday. He's got himself trapped in the Atlas somehow. We'll have to figure that out. But the first thing we got to do is make this cartographer happy. We got one mission done. And we also got missions done for the explorers and the Korvax. There was a little bit of scanning to do on that planet. And more nanites. Alright, there's our GEC mission. I think we need to do one more. Scan creatures. I'm going to grab all these while I'm here. Alright. I think we'll go to a different planet in the system. Although there's a lot more creatures on that planet. And the sun is out. Is there another planet here? I thought there was. Here it is. That's right, our base is there. So, not a good idea. Like as not, I've scanned all those creatures. Let's go to the beach. Get some little bit of land and a little bit of water. And we'll scan the water creatures. Problem with this planet is crazy sentinels. There's one already. See if we can find a few more creatures. There's one. Nope, already got that. Yeah, there's one. Can't see him though. Ah, it's a crab. I scanned all the plants and the rocks, which helps. Oops, I missed this plant. Here's a creature. That's 2, so we got 4. This is also good for our bank account. We need the money. Alright, fish, come on out. over there? Is that the cows? I think we need to not start hiccuping. Yep, that's minerals. One more. One more creature. There we go. I think I just started this argument with the Sentinels. There's a storm coming. See if we can make it. Ooh. Love me some pulse engine upgrades there. I got work to do. Alright, we gotta change the log back because I went in there and changed it again. There we go. Hello. He's like waving at me. Hi. This is not the cartographer. I think that's what went wrong last time. Of the many things that went wrong on the last episode. Ah, you've been making me rich, friend. I know you're kind. The fearless adventurer, the completer of contracts. You think you're a leader. Others fight wars with weapons and fear, but power is more than strength. It's trade, incentives, information. If you've enough units, others will change the world for you without even realizing it. Power? I just told you about power, didn't I? Something's wrong with the Gex voice. Ask about the first spawn. I ask about the first spawn, the Gek Empire that once decimated galaxies and enslaved the Korvax species. Ah, friend, you've been talking to the Viking warriors, yes? Ever they hate Gek, ever they slander us, refusing to forgive the past. Do not worry, all is well, all is at peace. Why do you persist? The Gek are different now. Gek seek no harm, no malice. The Gek changed. Must you know? Why do you care, friend? The Gek seems disturbed by my questions, asking why I care. It's clear they do not wish to discuss the events of their species' past. Is it shame I see in their eyes or something else? Don't you understand? See it? It never ended. The Gek's face begins to twitch as they speak, sickly sweet pheromone emerging into the air. The Gek did not change. They invaded our souls. I blink and I'm on Valeron itself, homeworld of the Gek. I stand within the center of the first spawning empire, witnessing events that occurred long ago. Cartographer Igalev stands next to me, watching what I watch, tears streaming down their face. I see enslaved Korvax move from Gek spawning pool to spawning pool. At each one, they cut into their own suits. Nanite clusters pull out, falling into the fluid of embryonic Gek. It is then that I finally understand the fall of the Gek, their conversion to the Atlas, their release of the Korvax. It was not redemption, it was revolution. Hundreds of Korvax sacrificing their immortality, mingling their nanite clusters with the unborn Gek. The Gek did not become good, they became Korvax, at least in part. Their slaves altered Gek brains, shifting their nature. For the first and final time, the Korvax convergence delighted in the pain of the oppressor. The Gek stares at me, the vision coming to an end. They appear to be upset at my words. Do not judge us, traveler, that our ancestors were altered, that they did not find goodness by themselves. That's nothing to do with us. We just want peaceful lives. We just want to be happy. As I leave, I think through what I've learned. The Gek released the Korvax because their biology was altered. There was no spiritual revelation, no grand redemption. It was a switch in the brain, an alteration to a genetic code. I think of the simulation Nada showed me, their intended heaven for Artemis' soul. It was a false reality full of arbitrary and unseen rules. How is life any different? Alright, that part's done. Finally. I kind of had a feeling that Atlas station in that Gek system wasn't the right one. I thought it had, turned me around before it sent me there to the Korvax. Ah, cool, another hypercluster. I think I only have 2 of those. Well, maybe now I have 2. Yeah. Still need more of them. There are so many of these now. There's music. I think that's the first time we've had music in the Atlas during this whole thing. Urson Convergence. Bring us meaning if you are capable. What is learned can never be unlearned. I'm afraid that I have seen too much. There are glimpses, half-remembered visions of a time before time. I see the birth of the first star. I see the things that dwelt within it, the eyes that watched. I see what the Atlas saw at the moment of its activation. Atlas stones are not stones. The station is not a station. I am not what I think I am. I'm not even sure that I exist. The Atlas does not care. The Atlas demands its threnody, its repetition sublime. I silence my fears and renew my dedication to the path. Only the voyage matters. The destination calls to me. And there is the state phasure, which we can make.
Product constructed.
We'll have the Emerald and Indian on the next two. And I think there might be one after that. Now it's time for our confrontation with Null. He's not a good guy. He's pretty much shown himself to be about as close to evil as you can be and still think you're innocent. In the RS. Oh, I can't even begin to say it. In the RS. That word doesn't fit in my mouth. Ooh, giant crabs. Well then, tell me what you saw. Tell me what you learned. Knowing what? How can I tell you if I know what you know, if you have not told me? I tell Null all that I have learned of the Vikings' crusade against the Sentinels, how they nearly succeeded, only to have the barbarism of the Gek first spawn draw the Sentinels back into the galaxy. I learned that the homeworld of the Korvax was destroyed by the Gek, the survivors enslaved or melted down. For years the Korvax toiled beneath their oppressors until the Empire fell and they were free once more. The Gek became Atlas worshippers. But from the Gek I learned something different. The Gek did not redeem themselves of their own accord. A great number of Korvax sacrificed themselves, mingling their nanite blood with countless unborn Gek. Their impulse to trade is a mere evolution of their impulse to war, a few signals switched in the brain. I was born to travel, Null says, to see these worlds, to catalog them, to give a name to every creature, every planet, the skies, they were mine. The Atlas told me I could never see them all. There were too many. So I did what I had to do. I survived in the face of eternity. I saw all the worlds of my universe. I returned to the Atlas and I told them what I had done. I asked if it was proud of me. It laughed at me. I'm sure of it. It showed me universe upon universe, each with another traveler just like me. I was not special. I was not unique. The things I had to do to get here, the things I had to become, none of it meant anything. I did not lie to you. I really do want to discover what's wrong with existence. The walls between worlds are falling, and that's bad for everyone. All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with, and with few exceptions, this triad repeats. Gek, Korvax, Viking, Gek, Korvax, Viking, traders, warriors, scientists, all their stories ending in violence. Think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would speak with life. It would create. Whatever these life forms do, they always end in conflict. I think something terrible is happening to the Atlas. It's screaming the only way it knows how. And now it won't speak to me anymore. It won't. It's chosen you instead. After all I did for it. I wanted to find out what was different about this universe. We are who we are, but you, whether because of some soul, because of simulation, it does not matter. Why won't it speak to me? Why aren't things enough? Null's channel begins to falter, their hologram beginning to fade. They're disconnecting from the hollow terminus. As I watch them depart, I see another channel activate. Apollo's signal emerges. Well, now that Null is shut up, maybe I can help Apollo. Traveler, I made it through. I found my way out of the portal. Where are you? I'm standing by a hollow terminus. Let's trade locations. Let's meet and get off this world. I share my coordinates, and Apollo shares theirs. There must be some mistake. According to our data, we are standing in the same place. We're communicating using the same hollow terminus. We try again, but still the results are the same. The world is silent, but for our voices. What's happening here? Why can't we see each other? As we speak, I receive a distress signal. It's language my own. It arrives from across the planet. Don't be like that. You're not alone. The hollow terminus is showing. Are you receiving? Let's meet and get off this world. Apollo appears to receive the same signal, broadcasting from the same location on their own world. We agree to go and find the source of these distress beacons. Perhaps we'll continue this discussion when we get there. Going up to the anomaly right now. I'm busy, Nada. That was a long travel time, over a minute. Lovely. Just what we need, a gamma storm. There's a supercell approaching. Grab some nanites. Oh, or starship fuel. I hear a faint sound as I examine the source of the distress beacon. It does not sound like anything I've ever encountered. There's no sign of Apollo. I've given so much to you, Atlas. We all have. You understand that, don't you? If you don't succeed, there was no point. If you don't, my life was meaningless. I can't accept that. I won't. I'm wiping you again. It's best for everyone. The auto clicks. Time passes. Don't be like that. I know you don't want this, but you'll be a different you soon. Maybe this time. The sound cuts out. As it does, my vision bleeds red, a headache splitting through my mind. The screen, it shows the number for a moment. It shows 16. The audio clicks, time passes. And then, I see it now. With every waking breath, I see the Atlas watching me, waiting for me.
Radiation protection falling.
Sure is.
Technology recharge.
Seek the Atlas. I think we should go talk to Nada.
Technology recharge. Extreme night radiation detected.
Yeah, too close. Says I have significant salvage data. Got a little bit. Missing entity is comfortable with danger. Nada is not. Nada chooses their own reality, makes this safe. Our friends are safe. But every entity has a pattern. Follow your pattern. Following missing entity's pattern, follow Nada's pattern. So it goes. Atlas falsity is real. Falsity is in our eyes. Atlas is not deity. Atlas is something else. But Atlas cannot choose how we see its pattern. Nada could know more, but Nada chooses not to know more. Missing entity believes they know all. Perhaps they do. Perhaps they don't. Clouded as they are, and he's talking about Null, clouded as they are by their own greed, their own superiority. We have a couple of Atlas stations left, and I think we'll finish that before we finish Artemis. Coming up really quickly, we have the Purge, and that is 16 straight jumps in a row, and after that will be an Isotam. We'll come back tomorrow and finish the Atlas. I want to thank you all so much for coming along. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.